Hi Lakshmi. Lakshmi, can you hear us?
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, hi Lakshmi, you can hear us?
Yeah, Abhishek. Good morning.
Okay, so I have another Abhishek with me. Okay,
Okay.
so he's going to start this one now.
Okay.
Hi Lakshmi, Abhishek here.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning. Lakshmi, I'll be taking half an hour to make you understand the presentation, and what would be, making you understand that why this.
I'm sorry to disturb you. I could not hear you properly. It is breaking. Voice is breaking.
I'm not able to. Did you say anything?
Yeah, I can see.
Okay. So the flow would be like, I'll make you understand how franchising is required, how
Okay.
you need to take it forward, and what would be your role in this. And
Okay.
if you want me to elaborate on something, let me know. And in case if you have any doubt, you can stop me then and there, and so that I can make you understand, or else just make a note of that, and so that we can discuss this once we are done with the presentation. So is that fine with you?
Yeah, fine. But still, I couldn't hear you properly. Voice is breaking many times.
Okay. So am I audible now?
Uh, no, also.
Okay. One minute.
Hmm.
Hello.
Lakshmi, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, is it clear now?
Yes, you please go ahead.
Okay. So I was saying that in case if you have any query, in case if you have any doubt, please make a note of that so that we can discuss then and there, or else
Okay.
we can discuss once I'm done with the presentation. So is that fine with you?
Yes, very fine. You can go ahead.
Okay. So let me just start this presentation, and to start with, let me just make you understand what is the scope of this work, why we are
Okay.
doing franchising, and what exactly will be the roles and responsibility for this franchising work. So typically to start with, it's a strategy. Uh, Going forward, it will be financial model, and the third would be franchisee legal agreement. So what exactly the strategy means and how we want to take it forward. Strategy is basically understanding. Just 1 minute, Lakshmi. Yeah, sorry. So what I was saying was about strategy. Now, understanding about the client, company, market overview to purpose a sustainable business model for future, assessment for business opportunity, recommendation of the franchising strategy, and rollout plan. Now, each and everything has been pointed out over there, which is self-explanatory. But however, I'll just make you understand that what I mean by client, company, market overview, and things like that, so that you'll understand each and everything in detail. Now, when I say that, understanding about the client company, which means that I, being a franchisor, should understand that with whom I'm getting associated with, whether it will be a win-win situation for both of us to getting into a franchising model or not. If yes, in that case, what exactly would you require from our side so that you will grow up down the line? Simultaneously, how you will get associated with us and you will give us good results also. And what exactly market is saying, how the market is behaving. So what kind of numbers we are running at this point of time, how the market will present, will perform down the line. When I say a market, which means I'm talking about 2015. To give you a ballpark figure, At this point of time, the market scenario is approximately 546 crores, and down the line, the prediction would be in by 2020, we'll be touching somewhere around 1100 by 2020. So this is just a market overview, which we will be covering down the line. So I have that slide also coming up in the presentation. Now, apart from that also, what kind of model we should work on, so that, as I told you, that it should be a win-win situation. So what kind of model we are talking about? Are we talking about a model wherein, I will, or when I say I, that means a franchisor. So we should invest money, or we should keep on giving you the leads, or what kind of model would be required? So that should be a sustainable model. It should be, it should give you good result. Simultaneously, when I say result, that means it should be, measurable. So what kind of model we are talking about? What kind of business opportunities are lying into the market? How we can convert them and things like that. What kind of franchising strategy would we require, so that you will make your business profitable? And finally, all these things are basically strategy, and how we are going to execute that is what rollout plan. So I just make you understand about each and everything in detail once I cover all those things. So the next is basically about study metro. What exactly we have done, from where we have started, and who's running this business, how many branches we have, and things like that. So this is about just about the organization, that what exactly we are doing, when did we start, and the background of the people who are running this business. So this organization is started by a person called Abhinav Bajaj and Abhishek Bajaj. So what happens is that these guys have understood the market, and based on that, they thought that it will be a good opportunity wherein we will give uh, affordable education solution to all the people who want to go outside and learn and study. Simultaneously, they want to settle down in US or in some other country. So that concept came out, and then they have started this organization by the name Study Metro, and they have started in the year 2010, and we have started up from Indore, and then we have opened up one more branch, which is in Bangalore. So at present, we are running into two cities, which is in Indore and Bangalore. So predominantly, we are getting this kind of work and study program, which is uh, typically into US market. So this is what we are doing as far as the organization is concerned. It's a private limited organization, and there are two people, Abhishek Bajaj and Abhinav Bajaj, who are responsible for establishing this organization. Now, what are the unique selling points of this organization? Why we are running this organization successfully, and what is the rollout plan and things like that. So basically, what happens is that if you can see on the right hand side under USP, it says clearly that offer consultancy service for work and study program on part-time program USA only. So we have approximately 60 products with us, which will cater to each and every one who would like to go out in US or in some other countries, and they want to work over there, or they want to study over there, or blend of both. So we provide all these things, and typically what happens is that if the person is not having adequate knowledge, or if the person is not at all good in speaking English, so that we will train them also. We train them, we make them understand that the uniqueness about the product, and how they can go and address all these guys, and how they can crack the interviews and things like that. So we basically handhold them, make them understand, and then from there they will take it forward. So which is the USP, which is not at all available in the market. So basically handholding a client or the prospect, making them understand, realizing them, and just pushing them to take it forward. So this is the USP about the organization. Now, uh, there are vision, mission, and core, which is already which each and every organization has. But in short, our vision is very clear, that we want to be preferred destination to help you on your way to get wings to soar high in life, which is very clear, which is a very which is in inverted commas is the vision of the organization, and mission is also very clear, which is making quality education business affordable. So I'll not say, I'm sorry to use, I mean, I've used the word business, but it's basically providing quality education to all the people and making them or allowing them to go outside, learn things, and then implement those things. And these are things which we want to do it as a reason. The mission of the organization is, our mission is to make a quality education affordable and accessible to everyone. If you talk about MBAs and other things which are happening nowadays, which is like graduation and post-graduation courses which are going on in India, the approximate fee for these courses would be say 8+ lakhs. Now, there are people who can afford this. Also, there are people who feel that this is very, very nominal. So we cater to each and everyone who feel that this is very nominal. We provide them better education in order to, if they will shell out more money, so we can provide them a better education. Simultaneously, if there are people who feel that this is not at all affordable, we provide them something within the same bracket so that they can also go out and learn things over there, and they can settle down there also. So vision and mission is very clear, and we would like you to get into this particular thing so that we are on the same page when we talk about the mission of the organization. Now, this is about the partnership which we have. This is about the setup which we have in Indore and Bangalore. Typically, this is about the numbers, which is approximately what kind of office size we have it in Indore and Bangalore. So in Indore, we have our own office, and in Bangalore, we have taken it on rent. So typically, we have given the rent also, which usually people hide, but we want to be crystal clear. That's the reason I'm putting it in the slide also, that what kind of rentals we are sharing, so that you will understand that we are very, very transparent when we are doing a business proposal with you. So here we are giving approximately 26K on a monthly basis. Now we are talking about service mix and sales. As I've told you in the previous slide, that typically 90% of the business will come from professionals and students looking for a foreign degree, drive 90% of the service sales. Remaining 10% will be covered by education loan, accommodation assistance, and bank financial certificates, so on and so forth. So this is typically the revenue. Now what happens is that where we can play a role here is basically we will identify universities and colleges. We will help them out in assistance of filling the application form, documentation, administration, regular follow-ups, assistance to students, and securing education loans and things like that. So there are n number of things which we can do, which we can help the students also, so that they'll understand that they are not at all it's not like this, that you have taken a fee from them, saying this thing that I'll push you and you can go outside and you can study, you can work, and you can do n number of things. The moment you take a fee, people feel that now the role gets over. But what we do is basically, after getting the fee, what we do is that we'll just handhold them, make them understand that this is what we are doing. We'll keep on updating them that this is what we are doing. We are identifying these universities which are suitable for you. So we'll do a mix and match of universities and colleges, so that the students will understand that these guys are doing a good job. Then people appreciate your efforts also. Now they don't know how to fill application forms. There are cases wherein you'll find a lot of people who don't know how to fill the application forms also in an appropriate way. So we help them in doing that also. So a lot of documentation would require. There are chances that the person is having adequate knowledge, but the person sitting across to him, across the table, won't find that the person is suitable. So we do regular follow-ups and try pushing them also, so that they are just they go through. So this is what we do, and this is what we can help you out in doing all those things. So in fact, for that matter, we'll do mock interviews also, which help the students to understand that what kind of questions will be there when they'll attend an interview. So which is very, very important and essential part. So we help them in understanding and making them comfortable in that particular situation. This is typically about service mix and match. Let me park it for the time being and understand if you have any question at this point of time, or you want to ask anything once we are done with the presentation. Or if you want me to speed up the presentation, or you feel that I'm taking it little forward.
No, Abhishek, it is fine. Please
Have
go
any
ahead.
questions?
Hello?
Lakshmi, can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me now? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Abhishek, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. You can. I am following the presentation. You can please go ahead.
Okay, so you're able to understand?
Yes.
Okay, so shall I take it forward?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. So the other thing is that basically what kind of services we are offering. So this is basically to make you understand that where exactly we are giving the services, how many countries are there, and things like that. So few companies are listed here. On the right hand side, you can make out Australia, Canada, UK, Ireland, all there. On the left hand side, you can see the portfolio also. We are talking about the master program, consultancy, ESL certification, and things like that. So a lot of things are there which we give as in services to the clients. When I say client, that means students. The next slide basically talks about the operation support which we give in the form of lead management, which is very important. How we are doing it, how we want to take it forward. This is because there are a lot of people who are calling us. There are a lot of people who want to take our services, but usually what happens is that we don't make a note of things, or these clients and things like that, and then we we basically lead we basically miss a business opportunity. Now what we do is that we have a system which is basically a lead square. Now the advantage of this particular program is it seamlessly work with every source. Now we can help you out in getting web leads, websites. Automatically it captures all the leads, people who are calling us, so it will be captured. It basically helps you in reducing the cost. So now what happens is that you have a lot of people who are calling you to understand that is there any kind of university available, or organization matching in that particular budget which they have. Now, maybe possible at this point of time, I don't have any university who can provide any kind of MBA. Typically, it's a hypothetical situation wherein the person is looking out for an MBA course. Approximately, he's having a say 8 lakh rupees or 10 lakh rupees budget. Now, he was very open and he said that I have only this much of money. Now, when he called up Study Metro, he said that I'm looking out for a PGDPM course, typically in US, and this is what my budget is. So we need to figure it out whether I can give him that kind of university or not. If yes, then okay. So we'll do identification and things like that. If not, in that case, we'll tell him that okay, fine, we'll come back to you. Let us just help you, in giving you some more options. So we'll buy some time and then we'll jot down that particular inquiry. Now this inquiry will be captured into the system. Usually what happens is that we'll make a note and then we forget about that thing. Now it will keep on popping, it will keep on reminding you that there is a guy who is having this much of budget and you have to come back to this guy. So typically you can do your work efficiently and effectively using this resource. This is what I want to drive. Now we have cloud IVR. So usually what happens is that whenever you call up on any toll-free number or any number, if someone is assisting you personally, means you're not at all talking to the robots and things like that. You find you are getting a personal assistance. So typically this is what happens here. Whenever you call up on our number, you'll find an personalized greeting from a receptionist. So, and the receptionist will be sitting 24/7. Round the clock, you can call up on, any time, and you will find that receptionist sitting on that particular IVR. And apart from that, you can call up any time, any day. It won't be off, and it will be never. Most of the time, what happens is that if people are calling and the number is busy, they'll try calling up some other institute or some other service provider, which typically don't happen here. So it never says that I'm busy. Whenever a person calls upon that particular number, uh, they will get a receptionist. If not, in that case, the program has been designed in such a way that it will take you to another number which is free. So that's the logic behind this. So you can never lose a business opportunity. This is what I want to drive, and it will record all the conversation, whatever happened, and then you can go through that, and then you understand that what exactly the person was looking, what kind of solution I have given, or else if you are telling him that I'll just give you call maybe possible 2 or 3 days down the line, you can again hear the conversation and then understand that okay fine, this person has asked me this and I've told him that I'll come back to you after 3 days. Now this is the time I need to come back to this guy and give him the particular solution. So you can always do that. Nutshell, you will never lose a business deal, which is very, very typical and important nowadays. Now, what we are doing and what is our plan down the line? Now we have a very you know aggressive expansion plan. At this point of time, we have two centers, or I should say, two branches. One is in Indore and one is in Bangalore, as I've already told you in the previous slides. The plan is to become a national player. There is no organization, there is no company who's having a national presence. So our typical scenario would be like, I'll be having a national presence in the country. Maybe possible down the line, we'll look out for some other countries also. The people who want to get into India, we can address to them also. But for the time being, we want to become a national player. The other step would be to expand 3 or 4 franchises in the next 2 to 3 years, which is very, very conservative figure, and typically it happens. And the expansion plan would be through franchising model only, and we want to educate people, we want to make them understand that what kind of business opportunity lying into this particular model, and then from there we will take it forward. So the only way to expand a business is through a franchising model, because we are not Tata Birlas will keep on investing money and then we'll not look out for the returns for a period of time. We have our hard-earned money. What we want to do is that we want people to understand that there's a good business opportunity lying into the market. The only thing is that we need to encash it. How we can encash it is that if we have the same sort of people who matches our wavelength, who know how to do a business, how to convince people, and having the right attitude, we will join them. We will welcome them to join us in our organization, and we'll make them as our franchisee, and from there we'll take it. So this is the expansion plan as far as Study Metro is concerned. Now, this slide will give you, these are the pictures of Study Metro office, which you have it in Indore. This is Bangalore office. So there are a lot of delegates who come from different countries to Study Metro. They go to a lot of colleges, they go to a lot of schools, they go to, in fact, a lot of students, they used to visit our offices also. They interact with them directly and they'll understand, what kind of universities are there, what kind of business options are there, what kind of programs they are providing, what kind of fees is associated with each and every model. So they basically understand. In fact, for that matter, we have one delegate coming in India, particularly in Bangalore from US tomorrow. So he will be meeting a lot of students. It will be like one-on-one interaction. So when you have one-on-one interaction with any of the students, they'll feel proud and they'll feel, okay, fine, I'm getting into the right track. So which is very, very important. So you're getting a personal touch over there. So which typically keeps on happening as far as the Study Metro is concerned. As I've told you that, if you see on the right hand side, there is an arrow which is going forward, which is going up. In fact, if you see the market, which is 610 crores, and as of the figures look at as in last month, so by 2015, the market size is 610, and this is expected to be 1100 by end of 2020. So this is what the prediction is, and we are very very proud to get associated in this organization as far as into this particular role model. In fact, if you see on the left hand side, if you talk about education, ICT, K2 schools, preschools, education services, vocational professional training, higher and technical training institutes, there is a huge potential as far as education sector is concerned. Predominantly, there are a couple of factors. First would be affordability. Now, a lot of people are earning good nowadays in India. That is one of the basic reason why people are looking out for a different option to go out and study over there. The second option would be status. Now, if you say that my kid is going outside and he or she is studying in US or UK, and then he will come out and or settle down over there, so you feel proud saying all those things. So a lot of things are happening, a lot of things are changing in India. That's the reason this particular business is growing up rapidly. Now, this will give you an idea overview that what is a growth rate. Approximately 2 lakh students are going and studying outside, which is on an yearly basis. And India is the second largest source for students, followed by China. Now, this will give you an example, or this will give you an idea that what is the market, what kind of people you can target, and what kind of business you can expect, what kind of sourcing you need to do in order to survive in this industry and make this particular business profitable. Now, this slide will give you an example that why students should go out and study over there. On the left hand side, you can make out that these are the new opportunities, better lifestyles, brighter career prospects, higher earning potential, significant value addition. So these points, these bullet points, 5 bullet points are self-explanatory. In case if you want me to elaborate on something, you just let me know.
No, you can go ahead. No, you can go ahead.
Yeah. So I don't want to take much of your time. So that's the reason I just go through
No
this.
problem. Next,
Then the other point would be understanding financial, franchising environment. Now, why franchising is required? Why overseas education consultancy? The solution and things like that is basically you cannot expand any business. There are only 2 ways if you want to expand any business. First is that you have to invest money from your pocket and then keep on expanding. Now, the ROI, which is return on investment, will be taking a lot of time if you want to expand your business, because and we have limited resource also, or limited financials. Now, what happens is that, and if in that case also, if I want to expand any business, I need to get into a franchising model, and I need to understand the other person also, that from which background the person is coming, whether the person is having the same attitude or not. If yes, we can join hands with them, and then we can take it forward. So why franchising it is required, or what is franchising, is basically if you want to expand your business without investing much of your capitals, then franchising is required, which is basically franchising. Now, why overseas education consultancy franchising is required? Because we want to reach maximum people. And what happens is that sitting in Bangalore or sitting in Idle, I don't want to cater a person who's sitting in Hyderabad, or for that matter Telangana or any other place. What happens is, if there is a person by the name Lakshmi who's sitting in Hyderabad and she want to understand whether there is a business opportunity or whether there is a program wherein I can go and fly to US and then you will come to me and meet me personally, it will not happen. And for just for this sake, you will not drop down to, or you will not fly down to Bangalore, or for that matter Indore. What we would request you is, basically, if you have a personal contact or touch point in Hyderabad, if you have a local touch point in Hyderabad wherein you can drop in, the process will speed up. You will go to person sitting in Hyderabad office, understand that what kind of options are available, you go over there, meet them, and then you can meet them 2 to 3 times and then understand, and from there you will take it forward. So the point I want to drive on is, basically, if you have a local touch point, it will be easy to expand vis-a-vis to a person who's sitting, say, 200 or 500 or 600 kilometers away from your base. Now, that's the reason we were looking out in order to expand the business through a franchising model. This is the solution also, that location specific franchise owned center. Now, you have a center, we will train each and every individual, we will make them understand the roles and responsibilities of each and every individual, and from there we will take it forward. So you need not to do anything. What we'll do is that we are into the business from the last 5 years, it's almost half of the decade, so we have understood the nitty-gritties of the business, we have understood each and everything about the business. I'm not saying we have mastered the business, but yes, I can say that we have adequate knowledge about the organization, which we can impart it with a lot of other people. So that's a solution which we have. Now, that's a reason why we want to get into franchising. Now, we will be having a lot of do's and don'ts of the business also, typically, to safeguard our interest and your interest also, so that someone I mean, the third person will not come and then they'll copy same concept. That's the reason we have a lot of do's and don'ts of the business also, which will be typically in the form of agreement. When maybe possible next week or next 10 days when we'll be signing an agreement, we'll be having those terms and conditions. So we'll make you understand about each and everything in detail so that we won't be having any conflict down the line. Now, this is basically how franchising has been evolved. What kind of investment or what kind of things we will be doing as far as franchisers are concerned. What you'll be doing as a franchisee. For the time being, I'm just skipping the slide because this is not at all relevant at this point of time for you. This slide basically gives you an example. We are talking about the last model, which is FO. We call it as in FOFO, which is franchisee owned and franchisee operated model. In this model, I would appreciate if you don't look or you just overlook this FOFO model, and FOFO model, which is there on your left hand side. We are talking about FOFO, which is on the extreme right. Now, what happens in the model under FOFO is basically franchisee owned and franchisee model. Lakshmi would be investing in the organization. He will run the business on day to day. He will be responsible for day to day operations. He will be giving the salaries to the employees. He will take care of all the rentals and things like that. So basically, you are running the business. What you would be doing, or what would be my role as far as this model is concerned, is basically to provide you all the support in order to run your business efficiently. When I say that, what do I mean is basically, we'll make you understand that how you have to interact with the clients, what kind of speech should be there, what kind of pitch should be there, what kind of products you can give it to them. If you give them all the 60 products, maybe possible you're confusing the client. You will understand in the initial stages. What we'll do is that we'll give you the training. Initial stages, maybe possible a month or two. What we'll do is we'll just with the help of Skype or any other model, what we'll do is we'll just we will be online when we'll be speaking to the client, so that we'll hear the conversation and we'll correct you if required. Maybe possible then and there if you're going wrong, or else we'll just make you understand once you are done with the conversation. Then we'll tell you that okay, fine, if you could have done this particular thing in such manner, it could have given you a better result. So that is what we'll be doing. We will be telling you that okay, fine, these are the products which you can product to a client, and then we can talk about the other things also, which I've told you in the earlier slides, that how we will do more calls, how we will convince the universities, how we will be convincing the students and things like that. So this is typically about FOFO model. If you run down this particular thing, you'll understand that this is the classic and the most preferred franchising model which is available in India as far as outside. So if you talk about Pizza Hut, if you talk about all the other organizations, they run on the FOFO model only. So this is the best and the successful model which we have it as far as franchising world. Now, as I've told you that in franchising in the FOFO model, what exactly you will be doing. So if you see on the left hand side, it says FOFO, franchise owned, franchise operated model. So franchisor, which is basically Study Metro, franchisee is Lakshmi. So you will take care of the property, interiors, equipment, stock, operations. But yes, we can suggest you that where exactly you should open up an office so that it will give you maximum footfalls. Now, until and unless you have an office in a space, or sorry, in a place, when we will be having high footfalls or near to the colleges and things like that. So your marketing will not happen, and then the footfalls will low down, or else you will open up an office in a high street wherein the footfalls will grow. So we'll make you understand that where exactly you should open up an office, maybe possible typically if required. We will drop into Hyderabad and we'll figure it out whether that particular location, for that example, for that matter, say maybe possible again Lakdi ki Kati, that place will be suitable for this business or not, or we are talking about Sikandrabad, or we are talking about Banjara Hills. So where exactly you should open up an office so that it will give you returns also. If you talk about Banjara Hills, the real estate value over there or the rentals would be pretty high. If you are opening up an office over there, whether it will give you returns or not, so that also we need to figure it out. So we will help you out in taking those decisions also. So typically, for property, interiors and things like that will be taken care by you. Now, the plan is basically maybe possible for AP, we can give you a master franchising also down the line. We are not at all clear about this at this point of time, but there's a plan that we'll be having master franchisee, we'll be having area developer, we'll be having multi-unit franchisee also, and the unit franchisee also. So there is a difference between all these things, which is self-explanatory. If you go through this, you'll understand that what is the difference. But yes, at this point of time, we are talking about the unit franchisee, which typically says that it will be like, it will be controlled by a single unit by a franchisee. And typically, you'll be having a territory which will be covered under this unit, which is having a lower investment, and the franchisee extremely involved with daily business operations. So you can talk about unit franchising at this point of time. Now, reason for studying Metro to franchise is, as I've already told you in the beginning, that we don't have that kind of capital that we keep on opening offices across, and then we'll be having a lot of manpower, a lot of employees, and we keep on recruiting and keep on placing them in different places so that the people will be having personal touch. And until and unless I am giving that kind of vanilla flavor to all the prospects, it will not work out for me. That's the reason we are saying that we should get into a franchising model, and for that we would require deeper penetration. So to do a deep dive, what would required at this point of time is getting into a franchising model. So that is typically we are doing, and the reason to get into a franchising model. Now, there are a lot of things involved into franchising fee, which is basically cost plus approach, competitive approach, and perceived value approach. So we have gone through all those things, and we have understood, and we have derived to the figure that what kind of franchising fee would be there, because we'll be providing you all the support in order to make your business successful. So that's the reason there is a fee attached with this particular program. Now, as I've told you that we'll be running this model, which is franchisee owned and franchisee operated. There is a fee attached with is 2 lakh rupees, and uh, we will be giving you a lot of leads also. If the leads have been generated by us, we'll be having a share on that also. If you are generating the leads, you will be, you will be the owner for that particular thing also. Now, when I say that, we will be giving you leads, as I've told you, that we'll be having a share on that also, because what happens is that maybe possible in the initial stages, you won't be having that kind of leads for the students who will come to you and asking for universities and getting placed over there. So we help you out in giving those leads also. This is what we will be doing. We'll be having an agreement for 5 years, because uh, it takes a lot of time to understand this business and then taking it forward. And there will be lock-in period of 1 year, and a lot of other things also which have been captured over there, which is like security deposit of 50,000 rupees, which will be refundable, interest-free refundable deposit, which will come back to your account, say after a period of 1 year. So these are the things which will be which are captured. So this is basically how we do profiling, because we want to be clear in our mind that what kind of people we are getting into, and what kind of people want to uh, we want to get associated with. So that's the reason we have a lot of parameters. We have done a lot of rankings, which is basically medium, above, average, low, and high, and good, and all those things. So basically, understanding your business, and then from there we'll take it forward. That whether this person is suitable for this uh, proposal or not. So this is basically typically understanding about a franchise. There are a lot of attributes also of a franchisee profile, that what kind of location should be there, what kind of operation skills, what kind of financial bandwidth you have, what kind of marketing skills would be required. So we will train you about each and everything. The only thing is that if you have the right attitude, if you have the right skill set, in that case we'll take it forward. We'll help you understand where exactly you should open up an office, what kind of operational skills would be required, what kind of financial bandwidths are required. Say, suppose, for example, if you want to run down a business and you have only 100 rupees with you, we will not appreciate or we will not suggest you to invest entire 100 rupees into this particular business. We'll say, okay, fine, you invest only 40% or 50% of that, and keep 50% or 60% as in contingency also. So that down the line, if you need to invest more in order to get good returns, you won't be hesitant in investing, another 40% or 50%. So that's the reason will make you understand that where exactly you should invest so that you'll be getting fruitful results of your investments. So all these financial bandwidths will be taken care by us. Marketing skills also, like for example, we do a lot of events, like we go to a lot of colleges, we do a lot of promotions by putting an ad into the media, typically newspapers or boarding. So at that point of time, we will be investing that money, which will help you in getting good inquiries, which can be convertible. So these kind of things also. Now, this gives you an example that for example, let's take ease of conversion. Now, what we desire in a person should be the person should be able to willing to take up the franchisee. Now, if you are not at all willing up to take a franchisee, it will not at all work it out. The other thing is that if you talk about underutilized facility, which is point number 4, it says the investor should have interest and trust in the new business. If you won't take interest into the business, it will not give you returns, be it whatever it is. Whether you have clients coming in, whether you have an office in a high street, whether you will be giving you a lot of leads and things like that. But if you don't have interest, because until and unless you take an interest, you cannot convert it. And if you cannot convert, in that case, you will not get returns. So this is what we have covered. Again, we have covered almost 9 points over there. This is for us basically to understand that what is the best franchising profile we have, how we have to improve on the ratings, where exactly we should encash, and where exactly we should intervene, and then make them go from that particular level to the next level. Now, this slide talks about the HR support structure and franchise development and SOP. Now, we'll help you out in support, we'll help you out in site selection, legal team, marketing, and things like that. We do pre-marketing for events and promotion also will be taken care, and we'll provide you all those services. This is typically scenario wherein the person has dropped into your office. What exactly he will do: inquiry, form filling process, evaluation, documentation, and things like that. So all these things will be covered under admission, documentation, post admission. So these are the things which happens. So I'm just keeping all these 4 broad titles. Franchise acquisition strategy, which basically what we do is that email blast. This is typically in order to gain a lot of inquiries or attract inquiries so that we can work on that and then convert them also. So what we do is basically we do email blast. We have a lot of database also, so we shoot mails to a lot of individuals by by personalized emails. We send personalized emails. Now some person has inquired about a PGDBM course, typically about a management. There are people who have asked about the nursing courses and things like that. So we put them in one basket. The people who have shown interest in MBA, we will keep other set of people into a different basket who have shown interest in a US program and things like that. So we do personalized email blast also to them that these are the options available. Why don't you just drop into the office, and then our counselor will give you personal attention, and then they will understand your requirement, and then will suggest you, so that the person will understand that, okay, fine, this particular mail has not gone to a arm janta, and it has been designed and it has been sent to me only. So that is what we do. This is a personal touch we are giving as far as email blast is concerned. Now, if you talk about direct mails, so once you are done with the email blast, the person has responded to that mail saying, listen, fine, I want to drop into your office such and such date, such and such time. So from there onwards, we'll start sending one-on-one mails so that there will be a direct interaction. We send a lot of SMSs also if we have the mobile numbers and things like that, so that the people will keep on reading, and if they are into the nearby facilities, they will drop in straight away. Telecalling, as you know, that we do a lot of telecalling, and this telecalling is basically to make people or the students understand that, okay, fine, there is a center which caters to all the requirements, whatever they have. We participate in a lot of exhibitions wherein a lot of colleges or students go and they inquire about courses and things like that, so that we will be having a lot of database, and then From there, again, we start email blast and things like that. We do a lot of roadshows also in front of the colleges, and we have a lot of tie with the edgy guys and also, which gives us a lot of inquiries, which are basically the people who are very serious in going out and pursuing their career outside. So this is what we do as far as the activities are concerned in order to reach to the mass and generate the database. And on the right hand side, if you see print
Yeah,
media
Abhishek,
like
you can skip this. Sorry, yeah, you can skip this slide also. I can make out what it means.
you want me to skip it, right?
Yeah, I know it because it is self-explanatory.
Okay, yes. So the next slide again talks about the same thing. Again, I'm skipping this.
Okay.
And these are some of the sites, webinars, which you can go through, and this will help you in understanding each and everything in detail. So I'm done. If you have any other question, any point which you want me to elaborate on, or anything which you want me to make you understand, please let me know.
Hello.
I don't want to say thank you, but yes,
No.
if you have any question or anything which you want me to elaborate on, please. So the
Yeah,
podium is yours now.
Abhishek. Yeah, sure. Thank you for the presentation. It was a very nice presentation to say. My name is Sneha. I'm Lakshmi's daughter. So I have also been a part of this presentation. Am I audible? Hello?
Lakshmi, 1 minute. Let me just rework on my audio because it's not at all audible. Just 1 minute. Just 1 minute.
Okay.
Just 1 minute. Yeah, Lakshmi.
Yeah, hi Abhishek. Is it audible now? Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, Lakshmi.
Yeah, am I audible now?
Uh, 1 minute. Hello.
Hello?
Lakshmi, what I'll do is I'm just giving you a call. Okay, I'll just
Yeah.
call up on the landline.
Sure.
Lakshmi, I'm just calling you from the landline.
Okay.
There is something wrong with the audio, so just give me a minute.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm just dialing you. 1 minute. 1 minute.
Okay.
Interesting.